Hello everyone, Gentleman here, and for this video I wanted to talk about the best and easiest team to build for your Banshee hunts. And not only that, but a one-shot team at that. This is a super doable team that even newer players can get together. However, the one and main factor that usually gets in the way for players to assemble this team is of course the inability to obtain the limited character Baiken. This character is only obtainable whenever the Guilty Gear collaboration comes around, which is why I am making this video today. The Guilty Gear collaboration is officially coming in today at the making of this video, so I wanted to bring this up to your attention in case you don't have a consistent Banshee farming team, or if your current team maybe takes a long time to complete, or if you are unsure of which character to summon for in the Guilty Gear custom limited banner. Well, if that's the case, this is a very solid option. Banshee is the second most important farm in all of Epic 7. It enables you to build characters with counter set and lifesteal sets, which are extremely important for tons of different characters in the game and help you as a player to play turn 2 playstyle and tank down playstyles, amongst other things. If you enjoy this type of videos and or find this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, as we are on our way to 500 subs and we are very close to reaching that goal. So thank you all so very much for the support. But okay, enough about that, let's check out this team. So right off the bat, we can see that we have two free characters that you can get by completing certain things in the game. Free Spiriteria can be obtained by completing her objectives in connections, which you can easily spot in your main lobby on the little bar table right here. The second one being Vivian, which you can obtain by completing the special event hunt challenges for Banshee. I can't quite see it in my game since I completed this already, but she should be somewhere over down here in the events tab. Now, aside from Baiken, the only other character that you may or may not have is Leo. However, thankfully he is only a 4-star character, which should be fairly easy to get whenever you summon on any banner at any time, so he shouldn't be too big of a problem to get unless you just get super unlucky. And of course, our last character on this team is Baiken, which is available for summon from today, August 9th, until August 23rd before reset. So the perfect time and opportunity to pick her up if you're interested in building this team. So yeah, very doable team in my opinion. 2 free characters, 1 4-star, and 1 limited. The most demanding part of this team will come from making sure you have some artifacts, exclusive equipment, speed tuning, and good damage stats for Baiken, which may sound like a lot, but it's not that bad at all, okay? So don't worry. Let's start with Free Spiriteria. As we can see here, she is not even max level or fully awakened. She can work just fine at level 50. I did went ahead and maxed her skills, but that was an early game mistake on my part. You do not need to max enhance the skills by any means, okay? So only enhance the skills if you want, but they're not needed. I have this artifact, Midnight Bloom, which can be obtained from the Book of Memories, Ragnar's Chaotic Moon Festival, but honestly, you don't 100% need this artifact. This is just so you can help your team have higher crit chance in case you might be struggling to build up their stats. But any other artifact that can benefit your team should be okay. Other than that, you can see my stats here at the bottom left, so as long as you can replicate them as best as you can, you should be okay. The most important stats though are going to be the speed at around 150 and her effectiveness at over 80. As long as those 2 stats are good, then she will be fulfilling her role. Up next, Vivian. For her skills, you will mostly need her second skill. So as a base start, you can upgrade it to a +3 and upgrade it more if you find yourself needing more damage. Other than that, you can upgrade her skill 1 and skill 3 if you want, but it's not needed. For her artifact, I have Caladra, which is a 4-star artifact, so not that hard to obtain, but it is not required. As long as you put on a damage artifact on her, she should be good. Now, one of the most important parts in here will be her exclusive equipment. Make sure to have the second one called Mana Amplification. This will allow her to work exactly how we need her to in order to get this one-shot team to be on point. You can find and buy this EE in the Hollow Trials Exchange shop. For her level and awakenings, I think it's better for her to be at max level, with as many awakenings as you want, just to help out her damage and stats. But if your Vivian is at level 50 and you can get her stats to look similar to mine, then there should be no need to max her out. The most important stats here will be her speed at around 190, attack at around 3700, as high crit chance as you can, the closer to 100 the better, and crit damage at around 260. For Leo, you can also just keep him at level 50, with at least 4 awakenings. The only skills you need to enhance for him will be his skill 2 at +4, just to get that extra chance for the defense break, which is very important. His artifact also doesn't really matter. I have this 3-star artifact to increase his damage, but it's not required. Just pick whatever you want. For his stats, you can just get close to what I have here, but the important stats you need in here will be his speed at around 140 and his effectiveness to be above 80. He is mainly here to secure the debuffs and defense break on the boss. And finally, Baiken. She will be your most gear intensive character since she will be the one cutting down the boss. She will need to be max level with at least 5 awakenings. And for her skills, I maxed out her second and third skills mainly because I needed all the damage I could have. She uses these 2 skills one after the other, so upgrade these 2 as much as you need. Her artifact is Daydream Joker. This one is a must-have artifact. Thankfully, it's only a 3-star artifact, so very easy to get a hold of. But yeah, enhance it as much as you can since this will provide the biggest boost in damage to the boss. The other thing to note is that I do have her on a full rage set of gear, which increases damage dealt by 30% to debuffed enemies, which is a big chunk of extra damage. If I remember correctly, I got this full set for free by completing regular objectives throughout the game. But regardless of her set of gear, as long as you can build her with tons of damage, the set is not a make or break type of deal. I have a crit damage neck, attack percentage ring, and attack percentage boots. So for her stats, as long as you can get around 4000 attack, as close to 100 crit chance as possible, and around 300 crit damage, your damage should be good to go regardless of what set of gear you have. Also very important, keep her as slow as possible. That way every other character in your team can take a turn before her. As I said before, Baiken is just here to deal the finishing blow while your whole team is there to prep up the boss for her. And lastly, you can even give her a bit of effectiveness, that way she can land the bleed effects on the boss. So if the damage doesn't kill the boss, the bleed damage will. And that's going to be it for their builds and stats. There are tons of free epic and legendary armor sets that you can just get for free by playing the game and completing objectives that will work perfectly fine with these characters, so no need to concern yourself thinking that you might need to grind out a perfect set of gear to get this team started or anything like that. But okay, now that we know how our team is built, let's take a look at another Banshee run so we can go over what is happening and why. That way, if something is not quite clicking for your team just yet, you can maybe use this as a reference to help you get the ball rolling. Alright, so here we are at the beginning of the match, and of course I will be manualing this battle for now, but every single move that I perform will be in the exact same order that you can expect to happen whenever you do a full auto, okay? So don't think that I'm doing anything sketchy. So first, Vivian will do her S3, which is very important because with her exclusive equipment, it allows her to, increase her combat readiness by quite a lot. putting her right in front of Baiken as well, which is exactly what you want because you do not want Baiken to take a turn before the boss comes out, okay? So very, very important. From here, it will be a Free Spirit Tiara's turn, and instead of her S3, she will actually use her skill 2, which is kind of nice, you know, nice chip of damage. And from here, Leo will actually use his skill 3, which will just do some damage and put some buffs on this enemy, debuffs on these enemies, which is kind of nice because we have Caladra's artifact on Vivian, which gives her more damage to debuffed enemies, which, you know, just kind of helps you secure this kill whenever she triggers her skill 2. As we can see right here, nice little overkill. But yeah, from here we go on to the boss. And the boss, oh wait, normally the boss attacks first, but not a big deal, doesn't matter. But yeah, Vivian's skills are on cooldown, so she will just do a single S1, and sometimes you get a duel, I guess. But yeah, the boss attacks, not a big deal. And from here, Free Spirit Tiara will now use her skill 3, which is very, very good because this gives us our first chance at a defense break, and nice, we got it. And now Leo goes after her, which again is very nice that we have those two, because if Free Spirit Tiara misses her skill, her defense break, Leo now triggers his skill 2, which also gives us another chance at another defense break. So a nice little safety measure, just in case one of them fails the defense break, the other one can actually get it when it's their turn. But yeah, from here is Baiken's turn to shine. She will first do her skill 2, which is very important and the reason why we want as much crit chance on her as possible, because a critical hit will grant an extra turn, which is of course what we want to happen. And here we can see also her bleed effects, very important, because if we don't finish her off, finish the boss off, the bleed effects will. So yeah, she will do her skill 2, and boom, bloop. Nice big chunk of damage and a lot of bleed effects, that's what we like to see. And of course, the S3 at the very end to seal the deal. Boom, there you go. So you see, I didn't quite finish her off right there, but the bleed effects were able to just knock her out and get the clear for us. So yeah guys, that's gonna be mostly it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this video was informative and helpful to you all. I really do recommend this team because it's very easy to build. My Baiken is not able to get the kill before the bleeds because her gear actually rolled pretty bad. So I am definitely sure that you guys can definitely get better gear than what I have. Invest maybe a little bit more on these characters. I actually haven't changed their gear in like in a whole year. So yeah, you guys can absolutely nail this team, and yeah, I would absolutely recommend. And again, thank you all so much for watching. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed. Good luck in your Baiken pulls if you so decide to go for her. But that's gonna be it for me today. I'll see you all on the next one. Laters.